Hi, my name is Tail Soggs, and this is Tail Talk Sports. And today we're just going to be doing some fake trades with NBA trade machines. Um, I'm going to try to do some realistic trades. The bad part about NBA trade machine is that there is no draft picks, so I'll be saying the draft picks that are involved with the trades. A lot of these would be involving the draft picks, and let's just have some fun. And I know at night I just think of random NBA trades. So I was thinking, why don't I just do a video on some random NBA trades? And the first trade I thought of is a Rudy Gobert trade to the Atlanta Hawks. This has been shown a bunch of times, so it's not like I'm just making this up out of nowhere. And this involves John Collins and Clint Capella, and they would also give up the 16th overall pick. I heard they also will give up they also give up Kevin Huerter, but I think that's a little too much for Rudy Gobert. So I say John Collins, Clint Capella, 16th overall pick for Rudy Gobert, and I'm gonna add Royce O'Neal because Royce O'Neal is a really good player, and I just think that's too much value just so I think that's a good starting lineup. The starting lineup for the Hawks. Try this trade. This trade is successful. So lineup for the Hawks would be Trae Young, Kevin Huerter's still there, but I don't think he would start. It would be Bogdan Bogdanovic, Royce O'Neal, DeAndre Hunter, Rudy Gobert. Off the bench, there would still be Kevin Huerter, maybe even Sharife Cooper off the bench. Onyeka Okongwu still there. So, and then they get Clint Capella, John Collins, and the 16th overall pick for Rudy Gobert. Extremely good value. All right. Another trade I've seen and I kind of like is with the Knicks and the Pacers. I think you guys know where this is going. This is going to be a Malcolm Brogdon trade. I wish there was picks. This would make it look a lot better, but gotta do what you gotta do. So Malcolm Brogdon to the Knicks, and then this would be the 11th overall pick, and then just salary fillers. So I think the salary fillers would be probably, I would say Alec Burke and Nerlens Noel. Try this trade. Trade is successful. The Knicks get better. Malcolm Brogdon, they get a starting center, and the Pacers get the salary filler and the 11th overall pick, who they can get. They can get with their 6th pick. They can get a Shaedon Sharpe in 11th. Maybe they get a. I don't think Dyson Daniels will fall, but maybe a Jeremy Sohan or something like that. So I really like that trade. Okay, start over. This is a trade I haven't seen anywhere, but I like it a lot. I just thought of this. I'm a Warriors fan, but I think a trade's for every team. So this one is between the Jazz and the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves said they want to trade D'Angelo Russell. I kind of understand it, just because he doesn't fit very well with Anthony Edwards or Karl-Anthony Towns because he's kind of a score first. So it'd be revolved around Mike Conley and D'Angelo Russell. And I think the Timberwolves would add the 19th overall pick, and the Jazz would add either Royce O'Neal or Jordan Clarkson. I think Royce O'Neal fits better. I really like Royce O'Neal. I think he's a good 3-and-D player. So I have Royce O'Neal. So it'll be D'Angelo Russell, 19th overall pick for Mike Conley and Royce O'Neal. Try this trade. It says the Jazz get a little worse, the Timberwolves, but I don't know. So then that would make a starting lineup of D'Angelo Russell. You still have Rudy Gobert you're going to trade. So this is if they don't do the Rudy Gobert trade, because Royce O'Neal's in both of them. But I think these are a couple trades for the Utah Jazz. Another trade, I think that the Celtics just made the NBA Finals, and there's not much they can do, but they have Daniel Theis, who makes too much money not to be a rotational player. So I like him. I like him going to the Magic with like maybe 1 second round pick, maybe 2 for Terrence Ross. Or I would do Daniel Theis, and that might be a little too much for Terrence Ross, but Daniel Theis, Aaron Nesmith, and a second round pick for Terrence Ross. Terrence Ross is a really good shooter, and then Aaron Nesmith, former first round pick, and you get a second, and then just salary filler. I really like that trade. And then now I kind of have a blockbuster trade. As a Warriors fan, they just won the championship, but I don't know if I don't know if I want to pay Andrew Wiggins that much money. So you guys tell me in the comments if you guys like this trade. It's going to be between the Warriors. It's going to be between the Cavaliers. It's going to be a three-way trade. And it's going to be in between the Thunder. So the Warriors are going to give up James Wiseman to the Thunder. And they're going to give up Andrew Wiggins to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then the Thunder are going to give up, where is this guy? They're going to give up Lou Dort to the Cavaliers. And then the Warriors get Jared Allen. Golden State Warriors get Jared Allen, and they get Kenrich Williams. So I really like this trade. And the Thunder also will get Shetty Osman just for salary purposes. There would also be picks involved. I think the Thunder would get probably a second from the Warriors and maybe a second from the Cavs. So it'd be Jared Allen, Kenrich Williams to the Warriors, Andrew Wiggins and Lou Dort to the Cavaliers, Wiseman and Shetty Osman, and 2 second-round picks. So the Warriors would give up Wiggins, Wiseman, and a second for Allen, Kenrich Williams, and a second. The Cavaliers would give up just Jared Allen, Shetty Osman, and a second, and get Wiggins and Lou Dort, which is really good value. And the Thunder get James Wiseman, just take a flyer on him, and Shetty Osman for Lou Dort and Kenrich Williams. And these are just 2 players that Lou Dort, they're going to have to pay him, and maybe they don't want to pay him. And then I think there's a really good value, honestly. And yeah, it looks like the Warriors get a lot better. I think this is a good trade for the Cavaliers, but I heard they have interest in Andrew Wiggins. So this is why I did it. But they probably don't want to give up Jared Allen. And I don't think the Warriors want to give up Andrew Wiggins. So this is just a little fun trade I made up. My last trade is going to be with the Jeremy Grant. It's going to be involving Jeremy Grant. A lot of people like him in Portland, but Sacramento wants a win-now player. So it's going to be between Sacramento and Detroit. It's going to be Jeremy Grant. And then it's going to be Richaun Holmes and Sally Filler, so I'll just do Justin Holiday. And then the Pistons would also have to give up next year's first round pick unprotected, which is a really good pick. No, not the Pistons. The Kings would have to give up their next year's first round pick, and they would switch from 5 to 4. So the Pistons move up 1 and get an extra first round pick for Jeremy Grant, which is pretty good value. And Richaun Holmes, not a bad center. Let's try this trade. Trade is successful. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and tell me if you want me to do this again. Have a good day.